What is up, YouTube? It is Drake here, and today I want to talk about another positive story. This is a crazy fucking story, but it's a positive story because it's the last time I ever did meth. This was the binge that made me say, okay, this needs to fucking stop. This is getting a bit ridiculous. And yeah, I've been clean for a little over 5 months, and just been doing so much better mentally. First, I don't condone the use of any substance. This story is just for entertainment and educational purposes. So this story takes place a little over 5 months ago. I had just recently gotten out of the shitty town I was in that, it seems like there's more people that are on meth than are not on it. And everyone's out for themselves. Pretty much everyone is out for themselves. And I wanted to leave that town. I didn't want to get clean totally, but I'm like, I just need a break. I need a break from all this shit. And I was clean for about 19 days, which was the longest I've ever gone since I started doing meth regularly. I, usually wouldn't go more than a few days without it. And I was supposed to meet my brother at Burger King to go to the Motel 6 and get a motel room. He never showed up. I was trying to sleep in front of the Burger King. I had my blanket, and then the sprinklers turned on, and I got all wet. And, that really upset me. I was already fucking beat. It's like, my brother didn't show up. I'm not gonna get a motel room. And then I get fucking soaking wet. And I yell, I fucking scream, I throw my blanket on the ground, I'm fucking pissed. And then this guy comes up, and he, is just seeing what's wrong with me. And I told him what's going on, and I'm like, can you get me a motel room? And he's like, well, can I stay with you? And I'm like, yeah, of course. So I give him money, and we get a motel room. And he pretty much immediately says, oh, by the way, I got some drugs. Tosses a little baggie of meth on the table. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I've been clean for 19 days. Obviously, I don't have a problem, So I'm just gonna do some meth. And I snorted a line, and I'm like, I've been clean for 19 days. And he's like, dude, you are gonna get high as fuck. And that was the understatement of the year. So, pretty much what ensues, I snorted many lines, and then I would send them out to go get crystal. I would either get a gram or an 8-ball. I think I'd usually get an 8-ball. And I would just sit there and snort and snort and snort. And I remember he was getting mad at me because I wasn't eating. This was very weird because most people in the town I was in are not like this. He was an actually genuine, caring, nice guy. And that was something I wasn't used to at this time in my life. And I just thought it was great, but it was just odd. And he was actually getting mad at me because he was so worried about me. He's like, dude, you need to fucking eat something. You need to drink water. And it was probably 4 or 5 days. I'm not sure exactly how long. But I ate about 2 bites of tacos and probably didn't even finish a whole bottle of water. So I was probably dehydrated. And normally I would be able to eat and drink still while on meth, but I don't know, for some reason, maybe it was because I hadn't done it in so long that I just, for some reason, it was hard to eat. And yeah, at one point I started hallucinating really hard. I remember I had this book. It was a book to like bring dead people back to life. And I thought I was like bringing dead people back to life, and I would like see them. There would be like a skeleton lady in the room. Like, I remember under my bed, there was like people under my bed. I remember I had like a cage that I was like trapping people in, and like, you know, it was all a hallucination, obviously. And I remember all kinds of crazy shit like that was going on. And I was probably hallucinating like that for a couple days. And I remember, so at one point, I'm outside, and his girlfriend came over, and she would like lock me out of the room because she thought I was annoying. And yes, I was being annoying, but it's like, I paid for this room. I don't even fucking want you here. Like, we were having fun before you came here, and then you just have to come here and fucking argue with him and just fucking... I don't know. I don't get why women have to ruin men's fun all the time. But anyways, I'm outside, and I remember... The last thing I remember before blacking out... Oh, no. There's a funny... Actually, you know what? There's another funny part to this story where I actually went to the police station while I was high, because I was trying to get nitrous back, that the cops took from me, but that just deserves a whole story for itself. So, I remember I was outside, and some guy... like offers me weed. I smoke a little bit of weed with him, and I remember before blacking out, the last thing I remember is we were in a computer simulation, because, you know, maybe we're not always in one, but I believe one exists already, and we can like enter and exit it, see it exactly the same as the real world, pretty much. And I'm not saying this part is true. Like, I thought that the Illuminati chose me to reveal to the world that we're living in a computer simulation. You know, just crazy meth head stuff. And that's one of the last things I remember. And then I remember saying, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me. That's... For some reason, when you're on meth, you think, I mean, you just think all kinds of crazy stuff. But anyone who's done meth knows what I'm talking about. And then I black out. I black out and I wake up in the hospital. And I remember I was very confused at first, and I was being like not a pleasant person. And I remember asking for water, and that water was so fucking refreshing, because like I said, I was probably dehydrated. And eventually... Oh, and they shot me up with Ativan. Usually they'd shoot me up with 2 milligrams. I was so bad they shot me up with like 4 milligrams, and that didn't even bring me down completely. I was in such bad shape. Usually they'd shoot me up, I'd go to I'd nap, and then I'd be good enough to leave that day. They kept me for 2 weeks this time, because I was just so weak that it wasn't, my body was so like physically weak, it was not a good idea to like just let me go back out into the street. So they kept me for 2 weeks, and they kept shooting me up with Ativan, 1 milligram every day. And I was asking for more, because that wasn't totally helping, but you know, they were refusing to give me more. But probably a good thing. Probably didn't, you know, want me to go through withdrawals or something, which I think I did go through mild withdrawals, but very mild, very mild. So I remember asking one of the doctors what happened, because I'm not sure what happened. Last thing I remember, walking around the Motel 6, they're gonna kill me, and then I wake up in the hospital. And the doctor's like, let me check your report. So she's checking my report, and she's like, okay, it says here you were on the lawn of the Motel 6 in the freezing cold without any shoes on, screaming. And then the cops grabbed you, and they took you here. And something that sucks, I had all my technology, all my clothes with me. I had like a Nintendo Switch. I had my laptop, just like pretty much all my belongings. And the hospital wouldn't give me my stuff back. I think the problem might have been when I signed into the hospital. I like wanted to be, what's it called, like anonymous. Like I didn't want them to tell anyone I was there. So I think that might have been part of the issue, like why they lost my stuff. But yeah, after that, I decided to stop. And when I got back, even after 2 weeks, I think part of it was, my brain was just so fucked up from that meth binge. Not sure how long it was. It was, I don't know, anywhere between 4 to 6 days. It could have been my longest binge ever, because before that, the longest I stayed up was only like 5 days, which is a lot. But, there's people that have stayed up way longer than that, which is crazy. And yeah, I was hallucinating once I got back, so that's why I think I was having mild withdrawals from the Ativan. I was full on, like, somewhere else, and it only happened for like a short amount of time. I would see crazy stuff, like I'd be flying, I'd be like in this like winter world, and like I remember seeing my brother, like he was like some Spartan, and he was like fighting off like demons or something, and he was killing all these demons with a giant like sword. And I hallucinated like that for a few minutes, and then it stopped, and I thought that was pretty weird. But yeah, anyways, that's about the story. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video, and have a nice day.